Yo,
You got
it's stream start. Yeah.
welcome to the new meta.
Episode
64.
64.
This was a true start to the episode, guys. Fluff screwed it up like usual.
No, it was 100% flawless.
Oh,
We just
my
cut. We
gosh.
trimmed the fat of the podcast. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we can move it over to my channel if we need to, I guess, if we're gonna do that. Welcome, man. How you doing?
I have never been better. I love your background, and by love your background, I mean it's
We're going there already. I mean, let's do it.
awful.
Let's go there. My background, for those of you that are listening, is the World of Warcraft classic
I'm sorry.
background. Yeah, I'm excited, man.
We got so much Diablo stuff to talk about. We can save it for a bit, but we're gonna get into
save
that.
it. I'm just saying, it's an appropriate background. I'm excited. I'm happy. We're gonna get there though. We're talking about classic too.
Yeah. Let's start off with the poll from last week.
Let's do it.
We asked, which would you prefer? Raise the GR cap, but the lag is insane, or nerf Thorns, Necro, and Lawn Star Pact? What do you think won? What do you want?
Raise the GR cap. Definitely won.
What?
That's what I think. I think it won.
No. The nerf. That's because the people know. These two builds they're too good. They're broken.
Squeaky wheel always wins, man. Let's see.
I'm gonna vote nerf Thorns and Star Pack. Fuck yeah. People are with me, boy.
Come on, people.
79% of the vote says nerf Thorns Necro and Lawn Star Pact. And
That's because
21
YouTube is toxic, man.
21% says raise the GR cap, but the lag's insane.
Okay.
Easy.
All right. No,
You're out of touch. You're out of touch
I am
with
out of
Blizz,
touch.
man.
In all honesty, I agree with the results.
Good.
So.
Good. I didn't want to like, yell at
I just had to play devil's advocate for a little bit. You know, you
Sure.
can't take the other side.
Sure. So
It's no fun if we agree.
I wonder how much lag. Like, say if they did 160, like how much lag we would see. You know what I mean?
They did work on the lag quite a bit in the last
Yeah.
couple seasons.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what patch it was. It seems like they fixed it quite a lot. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It could be insane.
Sure.
You know,
I wonder how much more GRs like the meta could handle. Like as far as
if
lag.
there were lag, if lag were removed from the equation, how high could it go?
And not just how high could it go, but how high could it go before it was unplayable? Like, because lag would just take over. Mm-hmm. I wonder.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Maybe they should let us PTR test that.
PTR, yeah. There you go, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's what that's for, dude.
Yeah.
Let us break stuff, you know?
Raise it.
Because then you'd have some valuable data. You'd have
Right.
people that are extremely good at it, smashing
Yeah.
it.
Because they'd be like,
And
oh,
then,
we can go over 150 on PTR right now?
we can
Clone.
do this.
Let's get over
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
People
like
would
we could do
that.
this. Like 160 is playable. Give it to us. Give it to us. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Even if they cap gems at 150, do you still think it's? I think it's worth it. Like even if you're like, okay, gems are hard coded capped at 150.
Sure.
So that's fine. Just leave it at 150 and just let them keep plowing the greater rifts.
Mm.
You know. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, they would do it either way, but it would suck if there was like no gem upgrade to go with it. But they would still do it. Like people still
It's
want to be
something.
the
It's something for
Right.
them at least. At least the people that are doing it would have. All right. Well, hey, we got a bone. You know. It's
Right.
not all meaty, but it's a bone.
Sure.
So.
And then the new poll for next week is which would you rather have again? And so we'll get into this in a minute, but would you rather have new weapon sets, which is, like Jesseth or Bolcathos, class-specific weapons that are part of a set, or would you rather have new armor sets, new armor class sets, like, Rathma and all that stuff?
Yeah.
We'll spam that in chat. Let us
That's
know
the
what you
poll.
think.
Take it.
We forgot
is-
the one that
this
we were
is,
supposed to
you know,
ask from last week.
This could be some valuable feedback for Blizz. I mean,
Yeah.
I know it's a small sample set of the player base, but your vote may potentially be heard.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
So,
we all know they watch the podcast, so
all the time. Every day.
every day. That's all the,
Every day.
like, what, 2,000 views?
It's on
it gets?
repeat. It's in the lobby.
Yeah.
It's in the Blizzard headquarters lobby on the TVs.
Yeah. They just
Oh,
mute
hey, guys.
every single time I
Watching.
come on. They just like mute.
Yeah, they edit. They have an editor on staff to shut you up,
Right.
and they replace your head with a banana or something.
Sure,
you know?
of course.
So,
But yeah,
so we got some juice today, and you know what? This is super surprising to me. When I saw the juicy post, I saw it like 20 minutes after it was posted.
we're not even there yet, dude. You just pumped the brakes.
Oh my god. Okay, come on.
So, first and foremost, we need to talk about season 17. All right. If you guys didn't catch last week's podcast, if you've been away from Diablo, it ends Sunday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard. So, if you need to get that stash tab, got to do it. Got to do it this
Or
weekend.
those wings.
Or the wings.
The
I actually
juicy
did
wings.
get them. I actually went. I was like, you know what?
What?
Fuck it. Let's do it.
You get the wings?
I did.
Holy crap. Damn.
I'll never wear them. But
I mean, they're okay. You know?
I just
So
don't
what
like
wings do you wear? Do you not wear any wings?
No.
None?
No.
Not even?
I guess the necro wings. I should wear the necro wings.
Yeah.
But
I like them. I think they're cool. If you don't have the cosmic wings, I think they're a nice second
Sure.
choice.
I'm just not a fan of the cosmic stuff. It just looks like a shaped item from PoE. It's weird. Trips me out.
In my opinion, I think it's the coolest seasonal reward they've ever had in the game.
Yeah, I probably
To
agree
date.
with that. Because I know
And-
people love the cosmic stuff.
They're cycling things. It seems like things are on a cycle. So who knows when we'll get them back? I imagine we'll probably will someday have another shot at them, possibly. But you still have 5 days. Go get them.
Yeah. Get the stash tab. That's the important thing. The stash,
Yeah, stash.
tab.
Well, I mean, you can get that next season too. But
Well, if you're like me that wants to cap out fast,
yeah, if you want a cap, if you're not a cap, then you know.
no
you
one
got
could
it.
be at cap yet. It wouldn't be until next season you could be at cap.
We got the thing. They only given us one, right?
They gave us 3. We had to earn them.
No, I thought they only gave us one.
They gave us 1 for free, but you can earn the next 2.
I thought they took those away. Maybe I'm mistaken.
I think so.
I thought they said it caused latency, and they're like, no, just kidding.
I think they said like 10 originally, and they're like, no, we can't do that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's cool. Then, yeah, hopefully they'll continue to give us them. I was under the impression we only got the one, and that was it ever. So that's really cool. If we get more, I'm happy.
But then we still have no word of season 18 start date, which is a little odd.
We'll get it tomorrow.
You think we'll get it tomorrow?
I do, personally, yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, so we're taking bets, chat. What do you think it's going to be? The 23rd, the 30th, or even later?
So I might be wrong. I think I remember them saying they were going to give us a 2-week notice. I don't know why that's in my head, but they haven't in the past. I vote it's going to be the 23rd. They want to drop it before Classic launches because I still think that they're communicating a little bit, and they're like, you know, let's not do that on the same weekend. If they drop it on the 30th, and that seems kind of ridiculous to me because you're going to have Classic coming out on Tuesday, and then Diablo season dropping on Friday. And I know they're different games, but man, that's going to conflict with a lot of people. Do you agree?
From like a... I don't really care because I mean, Classic WoW is very like meh for me, but
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right.
but I don't want the season population to be killed like immediately.
Right.
But again, at the same time, like I'm probably gonna do SSF anyways. So
I think
It's
it's,
like I'm
kind of
in
screwed
this-
either way. If they drop it on the 23rd, people are going to play till Tuesday and then ditch. If they drop it the 30th, people may not come
Right.
play at all, you know?
this is kind of lose
So,
anyways, though.
yeah.
Really, it's like
I
well,
think
you can
honestly
play for
the-
5 days or
The best thing would be like maybe the 6th, which would be, but that's 3 weeks from that would be 2 full weeks and then that following Friday. So that, I mean, that's a long time for no season. I don't know. I don't
know
see a
what the play
win
is.
coming out of this, man.
Yeah, that's
honestly.
weird timing. It's
So
really
what
weird
would you
timing.
prefer? Like, let's say that they're like, hey, Fluff, what day you want to start the season?
I mean,
what do
I
you
would
pick?
have started it, last week probably if it was
Yeah.
up to me. But because 2
They
weeks
asked
is
you
probably
today.
what you should expect from a season for the average player, and that's what I would have done. But hindsight's 2020. Maybe they're still working on there's some pretty game breaking bugs I felt in PTR. So hopefully they're just like really trying to work those out before they go live.
I think Barb's going to get buffed too. I do.
You think?
I think we're going to get a Ninja Barb buff. I'm hoping, man.
To what? Like
Because
a set?
I don't know, just a tweak. Maybe they'll add some extra zeros on some damage modifiers or something. I just feel like Barb's kind of getting left behind pretty bad right now.
Interesting.
I don't think we're gonna get a set. No, not at all.
No, not like a new set, but like a set change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe some extra damage.
Maybe.
I don't know how they're gonna do it. I just I haven't theory crafted.
Do you think if they like say Raycor gets like 2,000 more damage or something like that, and like that's the only set change? Do you think the other classes would be kind of pissed off to like, well, like you didn't balance our sets, like what? Or you didn't buff any of our sets?
No, I don't have the raw data in front of me,
Sure.
but Barb seems like it was pretty far behind.
2 or 3
And that could have been lack of people pushing it in PTR too. So I don't know. Would they be pissed? I don't know.
Sure. But I mean, be the same.
I don't think they have the right to. I mean,
sure.
Like Witch Doctor was on bottom forever, and it's like they finally got some love, and it's like they need to stay up high.
And maybe like to season 16 all over again. Like Anarius like was completely ignored for some reason, and then it made it with the season of 17 for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. It'd be interesting to see. But I think if anything is going to get snuck into the patch, that how they like to tune a little bit before we go live.
Right.
I really hope that Barb gets a little bit of love, and that maybe that's what the holdup was, is because of like, well, the bracers didn't quite get us what we wanted. Let's, and maybe it's just tweaking some of those runes that are on the skill. Maybe they, I don't know, man. There's a billion different things.
Right.
That Barb write-up that was we talked about a couple weeks ago. I mean, there's a fucking million ideas right there.
But yeah, but like, can you imagine like if Blizzard come out tomorrow and like made those changes, or like, hey, this is where we pulled these from? Like, I would make one of those for Necro instantly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in a heartbeat, I'd be like, oh, they're actually gonna listen.
Well,
like, I'll make a write up for you.
You make it and give it to me and let me.
Yeah,
post
there you go.
Because we already know.
Right. No, they're like, yeah, let's do the opposite of that.
Like, yo, P, I wrote some shit up, man. Would you post this for me, dude?
Pretty much. But yeah.
Oh my God.
Moving on. No, wait, no,
what
not moving
happened
on.
today?
Hang on.
Are we ready?
Nemesis also came out, and I thought this was interesting because we still don't have a season 18 start date. But this was just like a little insight that I thought was kind of a fun little factoid, where she says, I hate doing this. Basically, like deciding on the season start date, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes her anxious all weekend. Sometimes you publish on a Friday, if that's how the schedule works out, but I much prefer publishing during the week in case of typos. Just talking about the blog for the season 18 start or whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, it's on its way. Just had some other things to talk about today. So maybe you're right. Maybe it's coming tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, they had to wait till the podcast was over. Right? That's why I'm super
why did we
jokingly,
get it?
But
right.
I'm serious though. It always drops on Wednesday.
Right.
To the point where we've jokingly said, like, man, we should have picked Thursday to do the podcast.
Whatever day we
juice
change
comes
it
out
to,
Wednesday.
they're gonna make it the day after.
Yeah, it'll be Fridays then.
We'll just like start chasing them. It's like it's Mondays now.
It's Mondays.
But yeah, crazy news today. Like actually Pog news today for Diablo players.
Probably one of the biggest drops we've
Not
had
what we guessed at all, right?
Necro. No.
So all last week, if you guys missed it, we were kind of like, we feel like this might be the announcement of like the end.
Yeah.
Like we're no longer going to support Diablo 3, and
it's because of us we got this. You know that, right?
Okay, yeah. For
I'm
sure.
just saying, they're like, you know what?
Yeah,
People are watching this podcast.
You're right.
Like,
we carry this game. You're absolutely right.
There you go.
Blizzard loves me.
Totally joking, by the way, Blizzard.
Yeah.
Totally joking. But we did get some awesome news. So highlight,
There's so much.
You want to read it? You want to read it to
the whole
everyone?
thing?
Hopefully you've probably already read this, I hope. If you haven't,
me?
it's on the front page.
Oh, yeah.
No,
yeah.
The people.
But yeah, so like the big thing is they come out and basically say, hey, we're not done. We see that you guys like us updating Diablo. Who knew?
Yeah.
Which was funny because, again, to go back to talking about BlizzCon, that one guy that was like, oh, people love Diablo 3 the way it is, so we don't touch it. And I just remember being like, what are you talking to right now? So obviously they've had a change of heart, and this definitely reflects that, which is fantastic.
That highlighted section right there.
Yeah, it's pretty fascinating news.
That's the kind of transparency that's fucking awesome, dude. I love this.
Yeah.
So
they say on PC alone, we saw nearly as many people return for Season 16 as Season 11, which, if you guys don't know, Season 11 was when Necro came out, which is
That's
like
insane
a
to me.
huge season. Yeah.
Yeah, they had an expansion season. They had Season 16 as big as an expansion season.
That's crazy.
That's nuts, man.
That was Rorik's season, right? Season 16? That was just
That was Rourke's season. Yep.
Which I'm surprised more people didn't turn out for Season 17, Season Alon, to be honest. Because I
would have too. I think if they would have flipped those seasons around, I think if 16 was Lon and 17 was Rourke, I think the numbers still would have been the same.
Right.
I think that experience of having that much power for the first time was like a super draw. Because the Season 11 was an expansion. It was Necro, and everybody's excited to play it. But if you ended up not liking Necro, or maybe you're a Bard main for life or Crusader or whatever, you're like, well, I don't really care too much about Necro,
Sure.
and the balancing really hit in 12. So I could see 16 drawing to everybody, no matter what you played. You're like, oh shit, I got new stuff.
Yeah.
So.
For sure. And it's still, we always go back to that. They could have done it just a little bit better and made Season Alon with the, they should have saved all the lawn changes for the Season of Lawn. Because then that would have been, Season 17 would have won, I think, for sure, right? If they had saved the lawn buffed for the Season of Lawn, that'd have been
definitely would have brought more players in for 17, for sure.
It's a weird time.
I don't think it was planned, though, that way. I don't think they planned Lawn at 17. I think, 16 hit, and it was a big success.
That makes sense,
and then they're like, well, we're going to put this Lawn shit into, and then it hit, and people were like, yo, this is awesome. And they're like, oh, man, what can we do for 17?
Right.
We don't have the triune stuff done yet. How about Lawn? And, they're like, people will love it.
Right.
It just makes me wonder. I don't think it was planned.
Yeah. You're probably right. But.
All right, so more news. What do we got?
Yeah. So she says, our crew is hard at work crafting additional theme seasons. A new set for each class.
Oh, snap.
Dozens of legendary powers.
Dozens. Hold on. Let's unpack that. Dozens. That means 24 or more, right?
Dozens. 12. 12 is dozens. She says dozens. Plural.
Dozens.
Okay, yeah.
That's plural. That's 24. We're counting. That S is important.
Where are we at? We get 23 next patch. 14, we're rioting.
I'm gonna cry. Wait, this isn't 24. I don't expect 24 in one season,
sure.
But I mean, that's, joking aside, I think that's pretty cool. That to me makes them think dude, they're really doing stuff.
Yeah.
And even the wording on that, they're saying dozens of legendary powers. It doesn't say we're balancing things. It doesn't say we're juicing legendaries. To me, that makes me think they're going to add legendary powers to the game. These are new things.
Yeah, to me,
Is that how you read that too?
I read it as we're going to continue on the line of taking these shit legendaries out that don't do anything and putting actual cool things on them, like they did this patch, right?
Like new shit. Right. Yeah, for sure.
So, fingers crossed. We get to the place where there's no crap legendaries. That's the dream.
Yeah, class balancing too is the next part of that, which is
and some class balances is what the next.
That's kind of been thrown out the window, so I don't know how they're going to rein that back in.
Yeah,
but if they do somehow manage to rein it back in, that's awesome.
That'd be great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So
if we actually had balance and each set was in 1-2 GRs of each other, that'd be the shit.
I hope these new sets are all the sets for the classes for at least that season they're introduced.
Well, they're gonna be.
And
everyone's gonna want to play the new set. I guess if it's not
it's the
capable,
most powerful,
right? Sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's got to be the set. It's got to be the most powerful. And I hope that they're all kind of in line.
So you think so
balance
it'd
those,
be better,
make them the most powerful and balance those.
You're saying it'd be better to come out the new sets and they're the best, 5 GRs, better than everything else, and then next season we balance all the sets. Is that what you're saying?
No, well, I'm saying put the sets out, and if you can get them closer than 5, I think that'd be cool. If you can get them, 3, 2 or 3, that'd be awesome. That's super hard to do, though. Get them all closely balanced, but then all of those sets, try to balance those, right? Mm-hmm. Forget the other stuff for a season, maybe 2. We got new toys. Okay, let's play with the new toys. Get them balanced. Get every class close. Now you can work on fixing the craziness that's going on with the other sets,
Yeah.
or slowly over seasons tweak those old sets one at a time to go into line, because that seems to be the theme that we follow. It's like something's over buffed, buff other things to catch it slowly, and something passes it up, and now we repeat that cycle.
Sure.
So,
Sure.
What
would you rather have first? The new set, or like say, Whirlwind doesn't have like Rend on it?
Oh my god. I'm gonna say new because new is always better. Sure. I think. However, dude, I really want Rend to be fixed so bad.
Yeah.
If I had 2 sets to fix, Rend, Whirlwind set is probably number 1, and then Natalia's is probably number 2. Like those are my like fix this, fix that, in that order. But the new stuff, like I'm excited to see like what are they gonna do for Barb. I mean, I was talking in my Discord about this today. I'm like, man, you know what? I'm really excited. I want to see what they're going to do for Barb. And I don't know why Barb jumps out at me, but it's like
Barb has a lot of non-utilized skills, like a lot.
Yeah, Barb. Like,
I'm curious what they're going to do with Monk, because Monk, like everything gets used. So the only thing that's really left is like
a Wave of Light set. Dude?
It's going to be Tempest Rush. It's going to be Tempest Rush. Like
what
that's
if
the only
Wave of Light?
It's not going to be. If they do a flat damage modifier on a set, like what are you guys doing over there? Like, please.
If it's Wave of Light, man.
Flat damage modifiers, get them out of
here. Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited for all this stuff to see what they can do. I mean, Wiz has so many things that they could do. It's just. Yeah, it's crazy. Maybe they'll give us a Cyclops set. That'd be badass.
Yeah.
It'd have to be unique, though. I don't want, it'd have to really feel different than Archon, though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? We're sitting here theory crafting. New sets. What's the skill for each class?
Oh, I need more time to prep that.
No. You already said Wizard, Cyclops Wizard.
Cyclops for Wizard. I don't play Witch Doctor ever, so no idea.
Acid Cloud.
Acid Cloud.
Acid Cloud.
I'm trying to think of potential.
Or zombie bears.
Strafe for Demon Hunter. Please give me Strafe.
Strafe. Okay. The skill Strafe.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's Natalia.
No, but Natalia's the stupid arrows, man, from the sky.
Yeah, but you're strafing to get that. Like the proper Natalia, the proper way you're supposed to
gives you the cooldown.
Yeah.
And then the arrows give you the damage buff.
I don't know.
And then you're using sentries for the like it's dumb. It's dumb. Like I don't know, man. Fix it. Okay, fix Natalia's and use Strafe on Natalia's. And then the new set we got a rapid fire build, but it's grenades, man. It just feels bad. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to look at skills.
I'm gonna say Chakram. Chakram or Elemental Arrow for DH.
We've kind of had Elemental Arrow.
We have in the past, yeah. With the Marauder. Yeah. But no one wants the sentries to do their damage. They want to do the damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what? So Monk is, the only thing I can think of is Tempest Rush. They've had everything.
Crusader.
Crusader. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know Monk either. I agree. Tempest Rush is probably super likely.
Ooh, Crusader. What's the skills? The lightning one with the fist? The Fist of Heavens. Fist of Heavens?
Fist of Heaven. Will you come from the sky?
What am I thinking of? There's like 2. There's one that's like the big cooldown that people use for Holy Shotgun. And then there's the other one that's like a spender. Fuck. I can't remember the name.
I don't know.
That's what they should do. With Smite.
The Phalanx build or whatever where you got all the pets. The Crusader
Phalanx,
pets.
No, that build was garbage, Jack.
I didn't like that either. Because you can't... Yeah. I didn't like that.
Fury is the cooldown one. So I was thinking right? Yeah. So Fist of Heavens. Fist of Heavens, yes. That's it. The Fist of Heavens is the spender.
Okay, so what do we got for Barb, though? What's not used on Barb? We've used Slam in the past.
Revenge.
We've used Hammer. Not Revenge, dude. Oh, my God.
I think Revenge is like the least used skill in Diablo 3. Like, no joke.
No, dude. Don't even say that.
I'm pretty sure it is.
What else?
Yeah.
I don't know. We should have been prepped for this question if you're going to
No prep.
No prep. Some barbs. Some barb skills.
Overpower,
punchy?
Revenge.
Don't they have a punchy skill?
Punchy?
Punchy punch?
Was there called the Ancients? They could do like a proper pet build.
Ooh,
weapon throw. Like you can make it. What was it?
What if the
Amazon
set made it come back to you like fucking Mjolnir, like Thor's hammer?
Yeah, that would
Like
be.
you throw it and it comes back.
Yeah, like a Javazon. Is that what it's called in D2? Like
I don't know.
they can make that happen within the barb class. They could give like
That'd
the
be kind
Amazon
of cool,
stuff.
man.
Yeah.
That'd be pog. Like you're just throwing the hammer and it's coming back. Catch and throw, catch and throw.
Yes.
I like that. There it is. Make it happen.
Another thing left is Necro. Okay, so Necro, I'm gonna take one for the team. This is not what I want. Hear me out. I don't want it, but there needs to be a revive set. I don't want it, but I know that's what everybody else wants.
I've never used revive. Read the skill. What's it do?
Revive.
I can't
Target
read
area reviving up to 10 corpses, 20 yards for 15 seconds.
Oh man, that sounds horrible.
So have like just everybody wants like massive amounts of pets.
Yeah.
So
Game breaking lag. So you just pair that with Land of the Dead and then just revive corpses all
I don't
day.
want to talk about it. I don't want the set.
You couldn't, like, you'd have to kill things to get this corpses to make. So that's not going to happen. Because you'd have no ramp time to get it going. So you'd have to Land of the Dead, make 1 million corpses, and then just keep rolling with that.
We'll see.
Ugh.
You know,
Okay.
maybe they can get creative.
Okay.
I mean, if it's up to me, probably like to have something like maybe Bone Spirit or a proper like Death Nova push. I mean, like Nova works with like Trag'Oul, but it's not like wow, this is the set
Yeah.
for Nova. So, but yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Anyways, super side tangent. The next sentence I found to be very interesting as well. She says, quality of life and occasional gameplay system updates are also within scope.
That means pet that's picking up mats.
No, they're never going to do that.
I don't think they're ever going to do it either.
If they did, if they wasted, I don't know. If it's a simple thing, fine. Like, if you really want to do it, it's silly.
I think ultimately that's going to make people not play the game.
Yeah.
I do. I think the game would become so lazy at that point that, and it sounds really stupid to think about. You're like, really? Because a pet's picking mats up, you're not going to play? But yeah, you're going to be even more bored. You're going to have so many mats. Like, you're going to have all Death's Breath, all mats. You're like, well, why am I? I'm done. You know, first weekend of the game, you're like, I'm done.
Sure.
But I still want it. I'd take it. You know.
Yeah. But yeah, again, if it's gonna take a lot of dev effort, like please don't Blizzard, like do something like even cooler.
What quality of life could they still add?
Leaderboard
what's the thing?
filter.
Okay. All right.
That's still number
with you.
one. That's still gonna
I'm
add
with you.
way more depth, and I would think not the craziest change in the world. It's gonna require some work, but
Chat's saying SSF mode, and I agree with that. People would love that shit. That's probably number one. I don't know if that's quality of life. That's more of a mode.
I put leaderboard filter above SSF. Honestly.
Would you?
Yeah.
I think I would get more use out of a leaderboard filter because I'm never going to play SSF. But people love SSF, man.
You're telling me.
People love SSF. So
I do.
I think the community would vote SSF over leaderboard. But yeah, that's cool. I mean, they're saying all the right things.
Yeah.
You know, they're definitely saying all the right things.
And then it goes on.
Yeah.
Right? It goes on. And she says they're being transparent, which is just mind blowing. She said the new approach that they're doing with the PTRs were in the past, the PTRs have been like, they lasted like a month. They basically lasted up until like the next season started. And so like everyone would go on PTR and grind and find the best ways to play the game and then maybe even get burnt out on those new builds before the season even started. So I think it's kind of smart. It'd be, as a content creator, if we get like a little backdoor where we could just like make the guide or whatever, that'd be great. So we have more time than just a week to not only test everything, but like make guides. But I digress.
Yeah.
Or increase the time in between seasons still, like that, those 4 days. It's still no bueno to me. But this is just like from a content creator perspective. So that's me being selfish. But yeah, so she said this approach is super successful, which I can see why, because it's only a taste and it gets people hyped up. PTR participation drops extremely rapidly after the first week, so that amount of data and feedback. So we plan to continue to use the condensed PTR format going forward. So we know that's all we're going to get going forward, just that 1 week.
That's cool. It's nice to know at least, though. You know, I mean, if we know we're going to get a week, we know, all right, let's test it. Let's push it. Let's blow it up.
And
the
consistency is key, right? We say week after week, like be consistent.
Yeah.
Get on a schedule for these seasons. Stop, being like, oh, this one could be 3 weeks. This one could be 5 months. Like, give us solid dates. So we should know when the next season ends before it starts. Really is what should happen. Or at least a ballpark.
It's nice for planning. So
a
lot of people would take time off work or schedule, if you got family or friends or kids or whatever, you might need a sitter for a season start night. You might be pushing till 5 a.m.
But it's not just that. It's like they know when to come back. 100%. And that's the big thing. Is that if you know it's 3 months, that's your cadence, 100%, and you stick to it. People come back. They know exactly when to come back.
You kind of like internally, you're like, oh shit, in about a week or two, a new season's going to start. Let me start checking for info.
Right.
Let me start seeing what's going on.
Yeah. And there's nothing worse than, I know this has happened to plenty of Diablo players. It's like, maybe they get a little burnt out and they walk away for a couple months and they're like, well, let's see what's going on with Diablo. And they go back and there's nothing going on because like maybe that season just lasted longer or whatever. Like, and there's no updates or anything. And everyone's like, where's the updates? So it's like, that's just bad. It's just
Season
bad.
18 start yet?
It's just bad business model. So yeah, cadence. This at least tells us like, hey, we're going to have that 1 week going forward.
I think just communication like this helps a long way though, because let's say you can't do that 3 month cadence because development's taking longer than you expected, or you're trying to put something really cool in, so we need an extra month. That's fine. Just an open transparency like this is like, all right, dude, it's been 3 months. Here's your thing. You know you're expecting stuff. Here you go. We've got about a month left. We're not 100% locked down on the date, but we're working on things. Be patient.
Yeah. And imagine if they even said that, like those 3 months are up, and they said something like, hey, this is taking longer, but like we're trying something we've never done before. And just like that line alone people would be like, oh, what's coming? Yeah.
Yeah. Like, cool, take your time. I think everybody's like, do it. Well, you need extra month? All right.
But then if they say that and it's like,
6 months. That's what they're worried about. That's why they never say anything in the first place,
Sure.
So.
But yeah, and then they go on to kind of reinforce that being clear, being communicative, which is, that's fantastic. I feel like they're maybe finally adjusting to the times, right? Like every other game company that's successful right now is pretty transparent. So I like the Blizzard's kind of stepping away from that shroud of secrecy and ridiculousness. So
Yep.
Pretty.
I think this was a pretty post, man. It had good stuff in it. Dude.
Yeah, man. Like it was
a lot
so
to unpack.
I was nervous opening this up. I really was. As soon as it posted, because there's no one like, oh my god, this is so cool. I just saw it post, because I followed Diablo, and I like immediately opened it up. I'm like, whew, and like I took a deep breath. Like is this the end? Is this the end of Diablo 3?
You read the title Diablo 3 and ongoing support, and you're like, oh shit.
Well, I never read the title. I just started reading.
I did. I read the title and I kind of thought, oh, is this the classic Is this the classic games announcement? Are they shelving it for real? But then after that first couple paragraph, you're just like, oh shit. The new sets thing to me was like, oh my god,
awesome.
And then my mind instantly starts going like, well, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do for Barb? What are they gonna do for Wiz?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Because we're not talking about rebalancing at this point. You're talking about all new stuff.
Yep.
And there's no guarantee. They didn't say what it is. It said new set. These could be weapons. These could be armor. What if we got? I don't know, man. What if you got a new Jesseth set, or or
or Jesseth's got
Kathos.
A little improved. Like Jesseth's actually really cool. If you didn't have the command skeletons on it, like might be even better. But I like the way Jesseth looks in particular. It makes me like, gosh, I wish you could. This is gonna sound so not like me, but transmogrify your like Phylactery to be the Jesseth shield. 'cause that looks
Yeah.
dope. It's probably the coolest looking transmog
even
game.
that, you're going to get new cosmetics with these things.
Yeah.
So we're going to have all new sets to look at.
Yeah. But, okay, so to flip side that coin, right? To play devil's advocate a bit, I'm a little concerned. So it says occasional gameplay system updates are within scope, which is great. But this is the only, sentence in here that can be read as maybe we're going to get things to do, new things to do. Because I think that's, again, what a lot of players keep looking back at. They see season after season go by, and they're like, okay, sets got balanced or numbers got changed, but what can we do that's new? And I think that's what keeps a lot of players away. So I hope that that's being considered.
Occasional gameplay system updates to me means small tweaks that are in the scope of quality of life changes. I don't take that as we're going to try to design new in-game content to play.
Gameplay system?
I personally don't. I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
I think that's reading pretty well, we might try to tinker with some things maybe,
Or how to keep bringing magic to the world of Sanctuary. Maybe that's it.
I mean,
magic?
Endgame?
Sure.
Is that what that reads? How to bring new Endgame?
I don't know.
New campaign?
No.
I'm totally joking.
Please don't.
There's no way.
Please don't do that.
Right.
What if they did, next season's Act 6? And we just got another act.
Be cool for 2 hours.
Wait, hold on. Are you starting to come on board with this whole campaign is not worth your time? No, it kind of sounds like it, bro.
It'd be cool for 2 hours. The first playthrough.
that doesn't sound good.
It'd be probably a pretty amazing 2 hours, No, yeah, man, I'm with you. At this point, 100%. Please do not waste any dev effort with campaign on Diablo 3 at all.
Yeah.
It all needs to go into endgame content. The game's got enough campaign and content
for sure
to keep a new player hooked. It's the end game that the game needs, and the way to tie systems together. It needs more end game systems.
Someone asked me, and I think we talked about it forever ago, but what if Diablo made you go back to doing the campaign as part of your season leveling? You couldn't unlock adventure mode until you killed Mathiel.
I would puke.
I mean, it's what PoE does, essentially, really.
It wouldn't be fun to me. It would be, how fast can I get through this? And you're going to memorize tile sets. Mm-hmm. And, it's, I don't know. I played through the campaign to do the speed, do the campaign in an hour thing.
Speedrunner.
Yeah. Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
That's a conquest that I dislike a lot. Mm-hmm. It's actually challenging, which is cool, I guess.
Sure.
But I don't enjoy the campaign near as much as I do I'd rather run bounties. Let's put it that way.
Wow. Okay.
So
yeah. Sure.
But some people, I'm sure, completely disagree with that. And they love the story, and they love the lore, and they love the campaign, and they would love to just experience that.
But I wonder if Blizzard considers, think about this, right? So imagine how much, do you think, okay, I guess I should ask the question. Do you think more players will come back because, wow, Diablo got, incursion built inside of a rift, or, which is a piece of content from PoE, or, wow, Diablo just got, Act 6 added and there's more story to explore. Which do you think would draw more players?
More players, Act 6, 100%.
You think?
Retain players, the incursion system, 100%. If they got to Act 6, people will come back, they'll play Act 6, however long it is, an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, however long they make it. You're going to beat it once. 90% of your player base is never going to play it again. So that's it. You just lost all those players now. They came back for a couple seconds, played that. Cool, that was awesome. Peace. You know what I mean? But if you did an incursion system, you're like, hey, this is new in-game content. I think that would last longer. Was it going to be months? Probably not. Is it going to be weeks? Maybe.
I think if they advertise it right, it could draw more than ooh, you can kill, what's the angel's name, which is probably where it was going. Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know that guy's name.
Matthew?
No,
He's
like the proper angel, the one that's like kind of a dick. Imperious.
Yeah.
Say that like Act 6, you kill Imperious and they like make a CGI scene. Or they show a bunch of gameplay of this like really pog new Endgame mechanic that you can do. Like a whole nother thing. There's riffs, greater riffs, and like this
they
new
should
thing.
sell an Imperious transmog and make some money. Do it.
Okay. So you think they start adding cosmetic items to the game? To like
if you want
support some of this new content?
Man. Yeah. Yes, do it. I would buy an Imperious transmog. It looks badass. And then maybe you can fund some devs, dude.
Maybe.
I don't know. So here's interesting. This is a little off subject tangent.
Sure.
But I'm a big Destiny fan. Everybody knows that. I've said it a million times. Destiny's head top dog. I think he's like creative director, producer. I don't know, whatever. Luke Smith is the top dude at Destiny. And he posted this big, huge blog about it's just where Destiny's been the last 6 months, where it's going, the future, kind of covers like what they wanted to do. And I think some of it even is like what Activision was kind of forcing them to do, what they wanted to do. But in that, he says something very clear. He's like, it was super transparent, man. He's talking about all stuff. It was awesome read. Go read it if you haven't. You can look it on Bungie.net. But in there, he says, just for perspective, the cosmetic sales for the Whisper of the Worm exotic was enough money. It's not enough to run the studio or any of this, but it was enough generated revenue that it paid completely for the 0-hour mission and the weapon that you obtained from it and all that stuff. And if you play Destiny, 0-hour mission is probably the best mission they've ever put in the game. It was super awesome. Hours of content. And basically what he's saying is like this one cosmetic we put in the game paid for all that shit. You know what I mean? And so that's a way to look at it like, dude, that's dope. That's awesome. And for him to come out and just like say like, listen, man, this is, is it funding Destiny with this one cosmetic? Absolutely not. But it did pay for this.
Right.
And you guys love that shit. So
yeah.
I mean, put it in.
Sure,
worst thing that's gonna happen, people aren't gonna buy it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we experimented, we tried, it didn't work. But if it does, it's like, okay, now you can hire a dev to build a new story or a new legendary or a new set or something.
Sure.
So
I'm not like gonna sit here and be like, oh, I wish I had more money to throw at Blizzard, but it does feel weird. Like the amount of hours I've put into Diablo 3 versus the amount of hours I put into PoE. And I've spent 5 times as much on PoE. Money-wise. But I've played Diablo 3. Like, I don't even want to look at the hours. That's insane. So it's like, it almost makes me feel bad. Like, I could have invested more into this game that I really, really love and maybe gotten content accordingly. But
and I think people would if we had the opportunity to.
Sure.
Sure, man.
So, as long as it's good and as long as it's not pay to win, give people options.
Is this cosmetic only? Like, Diablo's got good cosmetics. So if you put some cosmetic only stuff in there, I don't feel the desire to have to buy them. And if you want to, then cool, man. Do it. Like, even WoW has cosmetic items. Like, they have vanity pets and vanity mounts and things like that people spend a lot of money on. And, like, me personally, I'm not going to buy a vanity mount. I don't think it's cool enough. In WoW, I'm like, I want to earn the cool mounts that are super rare drops, not one I spent $25 on. But if it's there and it's your thing and you want to support whatever cause they're doing or support the game, you can.
Sure.
So
I think the easiest one for Diablo, because obviously if you implement any kind of like cosmetics, to say they had like, oh, you can look like Imperious, that's going to take a lot more work than an alternate skill effect. I say this time and time again. They can make like, Death Nova green, like, or Blood Nova green. You know what I mean? Like, just like
and
completely change the color.
Pretty easy.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's
like
not.
You just change like the tint on like some kind.
Yeah, but maybe it's hard to like program that skill. Maybe they don't have enough memory to load the extra skill in the game. I don't know, but it seems easy from the outside looking in. You're like, well, you're just adding a filter to it.
I would think that'd be way easier than like a whole character model.
Yeah, like Instagram that shit though. Fit a filter on.
Yes, just tint the screen a bit. Yeah. It's funny too, because on one day of the stream was like, hey, we're gonna make our own like microtransaction for alternate spell effects, and we just like changed the tint of the stream, and it was like Blood Nova was like blue, and it's like, oh, pay me $19.99. chat.
Done.
But yeah,
Yeah.
cool stuff. Great stuff. Fantastic news.
This is a pretty awesome blog. All being said, I think a lot's riding on these new sets. If these new sets come out and they're like garbage, then people are gonna be like, "Well, here we go." You know,
we always say stuff like that.
and if they're super awesome, it's gonna be like, "Yes, you
We
nailed
always
it."
say like, "Oh, if the next seasonal theme is like, bleh, Diablo's in trouble," but like people keep coming. Like people are always gonna come back.
Nah, man, you can tell, dude. You can tell. Like season 17 versus like season 13.
Would you have guessed that season 16 was almost just as popular as season 11?
Didn't feel that way to me.
No, 100%.
To me, season 12 and 13 were like balling out.
Season
They were
11 was
stacked.
like Reaper of Souls almost. Like the amount of people that there were. It was insane. Like even to like, so like views on Necro Guides, like we're talking like 500,000 back then. And now it's like, 30K at best.
Yeah.
So it's like, to me, that seems like, what? How is that even possible? But
I mean, but we're only one small piece of the thing. Their player base. And when did Switch get the game? Season
before
12?
BlizzCon.
Season 12, I think. 13? Maybe 13. I don't know. But it's weird, though. I mean, I don't know. It does seem like that was a lot of numbers that I didn't really perceive it that way on my end. I mean, definitely season 16 was a bigger one,
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have thought it was bigger than 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
So, but that's awesome.
Interesting stuff, dude. And then, kind of a side note, I thought this was really funny. I think you thought it was too. So, someone made a new meta podcast bingo game. I don't know if you saw this.
I did see it. Yeah.
Howling Mad Benji said, you can make a drinking game out as well. Place the following on a 4x4 grid with 2 wilds and win when a line has been completed. And number 1 is when we talk about kids buying Fortnite skins. 2, when Fluff mentions he's a former Halo pro. Bro, I never talk about that. I'm so humble. 3, if we mention Blizzard's listening to the podcast.
We've done all these in this episode alone.
4, if we talk about reworking the sets. 5, if we need more legendary powers. 6, if Peachall says, you know what I mean?
Know what I mean?
7, if we talk about not playing Witch Doctor next season. 8.
I haven't hit that one yet, but I will.
8, mention streaming for, X hours. 9, joke about ThaPChild's background image, which we haven't really even joked about yet. 10, Diablo Immortal in Twitch chat. That would get filled out instantly.
All right.
11, Blizzard hates fluff. 12, this work could be done by an intern. 13, Season of CUE, and 14, Quinn 69. So it's a new drinking game, guys. There's nothing in there about WoW. Peach out talking about WoW. That's the number 1.
I don't talk about WoW that much. What are you talking about?
Yeah, boy.
That's about as bad as you being a Halo pro,
I never talk about that. I'm so humble.
Never.
But yeah, that was well done.
That is kind of funny.
Well done, sir.
That is pretty good. We should actually print mock-ups. Somebody should make mock-ups that we could print off to check.
We'll only take 80%.
Yeah.
The profit.
No, just mock-ups so you can throw them in Discord. People can print them for free. Have fun. Let's talk about this background I got.
I mean,
did you want to hit that spreadsheet thing you got first?
Yeah.
Or do you want to wait for that for next week?
I guess we're...
No, I mean, we're okay. We got time.
Yeah, let's talk about it now. Let's talk about it now.
Okay, let's do it.
So, you get it time and time again. I'm sure, especially when you played the PoE for the filthy casual few days. One of the questions we get all the time is PoE versus Diablo. Which one's better? And so, again, I'm trying to spread this, synergy, this love that you can have PoE, you can play Diablo 3. They can live in tandem with one another. You don't have to pick one or the other. So I'm spreading this love. And so I made this list. Finally, I broke it down. I'm like, you know what? Fine. Like, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna sit in chat and we're gonna figure out like what each game wins. Like, what does each game do better? And this is a lot of this is just my opinion, but we compiled this list. And again, if you're listening to the podcast or if you're in chat or if you want to talk about it, definitely let me know in the comment section or whatever. But we feel like this is a pretty good list. So, what does Diablo win? Number 1, endgame competition. So that's taking your fully geared character and competing against other fully geared characters. PoE does not do this very well, in my opinion.
Talking directly about ladder. So, yep, I agree.
PoE wins organic endgame content by a landslide. It's not even close. Just the sheer amount of activities you can do. So, like, let's just say that, so we get rifts and greater rifts and bounties in Diablo 3, right? Like, you would at least multiply that probably by like 12 when you're playing PoE. Like, that's how much there is to do in PoE, which is just insane. So that obviously wins that department. Diablo combat 100% wins in Diablo, in my opinion. PoE is just like port around, one shot, port around, port one shot, port one shot, port one shot, and then you fight a boss, port 3 shot, or you die. Like, there's no, it's not crazy. Some of the boss fights can be pretty cool, but other than that, the combat's pretty dull. But it's not the combat really keeps you going in PoE, in my opinion. What does is the depth and progression, which is where PoE wins in that category. So, like, the depth, like how far you can progress your character, like how deep you can take your builds, and how really you can customize your character in crazy amounts of ways. PoE 100% wins. Going back to Diablo wins the grouping category, hands down, not even close. PoE, like, you can group, and it's like something to do, and it can be very efficient.
Grouping, he just to clarify, he means like partying up, playing with other players.
Right. So, there's even group finders and stuff like that is fantastic. Yep. And it just feels better. It feels more polished. It feels like you're all working together towards something. Whereas in PoE, it's like everyone's just like running around,
fighting each other. Yeah,
it's kind of like when you do tournament farming in Diablo. It's like it's kind of a shit show. Whereas like GR, pushing and GR farming can be very like a well-oiled machine kind of thing.
Yep.
Diablo wins the graphics category, I think, for me. I think for a lot of people. PoE's definitely stepped up their game in this department.
It looks better.
It's still not close. PoE wins in the crafting section by a landslide. The amount of depth that's involved in crafting is just insane versus Diablo, where you like just basically reroll one stat. And the amount of stats, the sheer amount of stats that can happen, and RNG is just like mind-boggling. It's kind of like when like that Borderlands 3 is like, oh, we have a bazillion types of weapons.
A billion guns, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be curious that statistic for PoE, and it probably wins. Like if they're using that same like metric where the just like probably take factorial of stat X or whatever.
Like 10 trillion pieces of loot.
So it's insane. Complexity, and this was pretty hard to pick because it's not really a pro. Like I put ease of play as a win for Diablo and complexity as a win for PoE. But those could be a con for you too, depending on what kind of player you are.
Yeah. PoE is definitely not noob friendly.
Right.
Near on the same scale as Diablo. Like
right. 100%.
Can't even tell you the sheer number of people that tell me like I quit playing because I don't understand what's going on.
Exactly. Right.
And then the answer to that is you don't have to just play. It's okay. You'll figure it out slowly. It's okay.
PoE wins in the build diversity category, I think, by not even close, like an astronomical number. Diablo wins in the communities category. I think it's easy to find groups of players wanting to accomplish the same objectives.
That's an awesome feature that I don't think any game has utilized as much as Diablo. Like Diablo killed it with that.
Yeah.
There needs to be some more features they add to that.
Sure.
But all in all, man, that is definitely a huge plus over.
For sure. And they could even clean it up to where it is now. Like they can make it even more user friendly.
It definitely needs some moderation tools too.
But it is still better than what PoE has.
Yeah. Like WoW even tried to implement this and they couldn't. They even WoW screwed it up and they just implemented it last patch. It's like, how do you, like, just copy Diablo's code, like literally just put it in the game. Like, do you see how they did it? Do that. So.
PoE wins obviously the update schedule. They're they have a cadence. They're very strict to that cadence, and the amount of content they get is like we talk about all the time. Like Fortnite rivals it. Like I mean, it's like insane. It's actually insane for one studio to even pull off. So I don't even know how they do it. Diablo wins with the ability to fucking pause the game. Why is that not a thing in any ARPG?
I asked that when I was playing PoE. I'm like, dude, can we pause if we hit escape? And the chat's like, pause? Are you fucking kidding me? Like they like chastised me for even thinking it. I'm like, well, in Diablo, you can pause, man.
What? Why?
I don't pause that often. I kind of forget you can because I play group so much. But
I mean, they have this ability built into the game where you can log out, which is actually the next thing. Hardcore. I think hardcore is better in Diablo 3 because there's no log out macro. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's like if you think you're going to die, you can hit a button. You can bind a button to log you out of the game and you're saved, which is just awful. Like,
how fast is it? Like, if you die, like,
it's
how
instant,
fast can
man. It's so fucking fast.
No, but, like, isn't there a thing where if you die and you still do it, you're still okay?
No.
Like, the game hasn't registered it?
No, I don't think so.
So you
I think there
have to hit it
was once
before
upon
you
a
die.
time, but not anymore.
So now you have to have that
And you die
foresight to, like,
instantly in PoE. So it's like a lot of times you don't get it off, but you do get it off quite a bit.
That's crazy.
And it's silly. So to not have a pause, but then you can argue that like they have a logout macro. It just counters your argument. PoE wins because it has SSF, which Diablo doesn't have yet. Hopefully that's something on the horizon, but definitely something people like. In PoE it feels great. PoE wins itemization, just to share a number of uniques and how they're tackled, and there's trade-offs with wearing uniques, and it just does it better. PoE also wins season rewards. Diablo tends to recycle season rewards and even challenges, and PoE definitely does a good job of making those unique, league to league. PoE also wins the currency system. Diablo just has like gold pretty much and like crafting mats, whereas PoE has like all these different currency items that are used as currency.
PoE doesn't even have gold, which is weird to me. Like I expected it to have a gold when I played it, and I'm like,
okay. It is weird, but it makes sense.
Money,
right? Yeah. PoE has races, which is like a leveling competition, which I think is a huge oversight from Diablo. Like Diablo, and people love that race to 1 through 70. So if they had an official capacity to just like we organically do that as we level, that'd be pretty sweet, and it'd make the day one of the season even more exciting. So I would love to see that. 1,000% more open with community. GGG is, but I made this before, this post, so maybe we'll like see that shift.
Out of 1,000.
Maybe it's 900% now instead of 1,000.
Taking a zero off.
Yeah. Stash. I mean, PoE, you can literally buy infinite amounts of stash if you want. And then PoE is free to play. Obviously, that's a big plus. So I just thought that this was a good list, and I thought, it's something that you can just like command, the list in my chat. So like anytime we get that question, we can just be like, boom, there it is. You know what I mean? Like, I get that question. I'm sure you get it all the time too.
Yeah, something about Diablo that you just can't intrinsically write on a piece of paper like this is better because XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
Diablo just has this feeling to it. It just feels better to play. And I know that sounds really weird.
Okay.
It just feels more natural to control your character and attack things and kill things. I don't know.
Wouldn't that fall in the combat category? Maybe?
I mean, I guess, but it's like, it's just, I don't know, man. Something about it. It just has this thing. It's like, this just feels great.
Okay.
And maybe that's what you're seeing with Lost Ark,
Yeah.
Like you said, Lost Ark just feels so good. The combat feels so good. And just the movement and, so.
True.
Not that PoE's bad, it's just.
Yeah, we're just picking which game does this particular thing better, and that's all.
They got to work on their character. Like their character runs so straight in PoE. Some of the creatures and enemies you fight look so good, and I'm like, dude, that looks badass. And then I'm like, my character's running like he's got a broom handle up his butt. It's like, what is he doing? Like, why does he look like that? So,
right. Yeah.
But the crazy thing is the league just came out for PoE, and they're already talking about dropping.
Yeah, man. It's
the
like
next one.
3 fucking weeks from now.
It's insane.
September, like the early September. We're gonna get the notes for the next one. So
that's nuts. Like their content kick out is absolute.
Yeah.
Like I played PoE a little bit. I didn't play a lot, man. I played like a week of it.
we know.
And I had a great time. It was fun. And to me, it's like to even consider that new shit's right here. It's like, well, really? That seemed like years worth of content.
And I'm still like freaking out because when PoE says we're coming out with a mega expansion, like what the hell does that even like? What are these other expansions? These are like small. Like what do you mean?
Right.
So like, man, like November's gonna be crazy. Like,
yeah. I don't even know what I'm doing with PoE. I did buy a bunch of stash space the day it went on sale, and I'm like, all right, I need all these things. So.
And then
I've already I have no time in PoE, and I've already spent more on that game than I have Diablo though.
Wow, there you go.
I'm just saying the microtransaction system. PoE was a good enough experience that I'm like, I need these things in the game. I enjoy it. It's free. Let me spend some money to support them, and then also I get what I need to. And so I bought all the stash space that I think I could use for I'm sure next league will have a new tab that I could buy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But and it I ended up spending like 60 something bucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Diablo was probably 50, 49. Maybe with an expansion, I don't know,
Sure.
But it's
I think I bought the digital deluxe, and so that was I don't know 70 maybe like $69.99, and then Necro Pack and ROS it's like probably $100 all said and done, $110.
Yeah. Over 7 years.
Yeah, forever, basically.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
It's like $10 a year, man. That's what you're running right now.
Yeah.
That's craziness.
The value.
Okay.
And that's it. That's all we had time to talk about today.
This background. This background behind me. You're looking at this beautiful background. World of Warcraft Classic. Mm-hmm. Are you serious? Are you seriously yucking this?
Yes.
You're joking, right?
I am one of like 2 streamers on Twitch that's not freaking out about World of Warcraft Classic.
I mean, listen, I'm not freaking out about it. I'm excited for it, and the reason I'm excited is because a lot of people I know are going to play it, and it's like this universal, like, are you going to play? Yeah. You going to play? Yeah. All right, let's play together. And I think that's really cool. Like, Classic itself, man, I played the shit out of Classic. Like, people are freaking, I'm like, I'm going to go PvP server, and people are like, no, don't do that, dude. That's a big mistake. I'm like, dude, I played 3,000 hours of PvP server in vanilla.
Yeah.
I did it. I know exactly what I'm getting into. And it's just funny, but I'm excited for the community. I don't know, man, just like rallying together.
Sure.
And like, yo, let's go play this.
And
that's super exciting to me.
And it was interesting. Like, so you and Dusky included me on this like thread about like you guys are talking and communicating what server we're gonna pick and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, what the hell are you guys including me this on? But it's cool to like. It'd be awesome if there was that game for us. That we're all like, oh my god, I can't wait to play.
Man.
Yeah,
Diablo 4 is like that's gonna be it for us.
Sure.
Like our entire community is gonna freak out, and we're gonna be like Diablo 4, Diablo 4. So I can't wait. But until then, I think this is why I'm so excited. And I don't know how long I'm going to play it. As long as I have fun, I'm going to play it. And if I'm like, you know what, this kind of sucks, then I'll stop. But it'll be fun to log in, every night and be like, who's on? And I have a list of people that I'd love to play games with and just be like, let's do it.
Sure.
What are we doing tonight?
Sure. And I make jokes. Like, I don't want to shit on I don't want to shit on WoW Classic. I don't understand it, but that's fine. Like, I'm excited for those people out there because I know what it's like to be excited about a video game. Like, I know that feeling. So I love that people are getting excited about it. I love that like people are experiencing that feeling because I know what that feeling's like. And it's been a long time since I've had that. So I'm happy for you guys. I don't get it. I don't understand it. To me, it looks ridiculous. It's the same thing. I can't even. Halo 1 was my favorite game of all time. You asked me to play Halo 1 right now. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I'd rather play Halo 5.
And I agree with you on the fact that it's like, dude, I played this shit 15 years ago. This is not a step forward. It's a step backwards. Why am I excited? The graphics look like shit. Old, non-updated mechanics. All these negative things. But the thing that sucked me in is just the community. Like all the friends and people I'm going to play with.
Mm-hmm.
So So you're rolling a character with me, right?
No,
Tuesday.
absolutely not.
I will
Okay?
see you.
Do you
there.
remember BlizzCon? We sat down
I
at BlizzCon
remember.
to
No,
play
here's what
this
I
game.
remember. This is what I remember.
Okay.
BFA drops, and then
Yes.
BFA drops, and I'm playing, and I level a character up, and I'm like, dude, I need a tank. And all of a sudden, I get this whisper out of the blue. I got a DH tank, and I'm
Yeah, I
like,
do.
do you even play WoW? And you're like, yeah, max level, blah blah blah. You secretly in the shadows, like offline mode, leveled a DH all the
Yeah.
way up and geared
In
him
a couple
out.
hours. Yeah.
And
Like,
you love that shit. You were down. You had a
I
blast.
have a huge MMO history. Like I was in the top guild in EverQuest 2, and I was the main tank, and like I loved that. I used to love
Yeah.
that, but like thinking about coordinating that now, and like how many hours I sucked into it, and
Oh yeah, no way. Like
yeah.
I raided in vanilla, and WoW, like hella man. My guild pushed. We spent 4 days a week, 5-6 hours a day. Like there's no way I would do that now. Absolutely not. Like how are we gonna get the gear if I'm not raiding?
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I haven't figured that out, and that could be a turn off why I don't play.
Sure.
But yeah. But going back to the BFA thing that we did, it was fun as hell just doing the mythics and stuff with you. Like we had me and you and a couple other guys, and we were playing together, and it was fun. And it wasn't really BFA that was fun. BFA was lackluster, in my opinion. But it was like the group of guys playing, and I think that's what's got me excited for Classic is the people I'm going to be playing with.
But I can't. So the only reason like I little bit like World of Warcraft is because of the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is like amazing, and the movement feels great. But there's no way I could ever play any other class in that game because it just feels slow. It feels like 1994. Like it just, it's like night and day. So like I can't even imagine playing vanilla where you have like none of that, and it's even worse. You're just like auto attacking, and like I've seen people like they're play testing. They're getting ready for like the start, and they're like sitting there casting fireball across the screen, and like just that's it. That's all they're doing for like 10 minutes. It's
We'll
just
see.
like,
I
what
mean,
do
we'll
you
see.
mean?
Endgame's a little bit more than what we've seen on all this beta testing and stuff. It's a little more involved than that. But you know, I'll see you there. I know. I already know.
No, I will not be there.
You're gonna be like this low key offline. Fluff's gonna whisper.
You know, what it
gotta
makes
have
me
warrior tank.
think about though is like, so it's like I said, like the coordination required to play a game like World of Warcraft it's a lot. It's a lot. It's nice. The thing that has drawn me to Diablo and PoE time and time and time again is like I don't have to wait for anyone to log on. I don't depend on anyone for anything whatsoever, and I can just get on and go, get off whenever I want. I don't need something else to like increase my gameplay experience.
I agree with that. I think it is nice to have that, but there's also something being said about working with your team and taking down that raid boss for the first time. That shit's amazing. And I know you understand that from the EverQuest stuff that you did back in the day. Like the very first time we killed Onyxia or Ragnaros or like any of the bosses in vanilla, man, it was such a rush. Like it was like, oh fuck, we're gonna get it. Everybody's freaking out. Like it was cool, man. It's a thing. But I'm with you. I think the overall just being able to log in and do stuff and progress your character without relying on other people is super awesome.
But let me ask you this, to like go in depth to that. Is the main reason you're doing the like group content to be like, wow, we did this together, what a great job, team? Or is it to like further gear out yourself?
Oh, it's totally selfish motivation.
Yeah. It's like
100%.
At the end of the day, I only rated in EverQuest 2 and was like the top guy because that was the fastest path to getting my guy so badass that I could like solo everything in the game. That was my only driving factor.
The only reason that I even rated in vanilla was for gear to PvP with, because I wanted to go in and just one-shot people in BGs. Like, you know, it's like, oh, if I get these items from all these, you know, these tier sets as they came out, you know, it was like done.
Yeah.
You know, done. So that was my motivation, and that'll be my motivation again. Like that's, you know, I like to PvP. I'm a PvP fan in most every game, you know. And if Diablo 4 has a PvP mode, I'm sure I'll love it and I'll be into it. And if being the best or getting the best things for PvP requires me to do PvE, then I will 100% pursue those PvE things. That's motivation.
Sure.
So
Interesting.
Yep.
But yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm excited for Classic. Not as much as I think a lot of other people are because I've experienced it. I'm excited just for the community. So it'll be fun.
Okay.
I saw you playing a game yesterday. I haven't seen you play in a while. Was that
Apex.
yesterday or the 2 days ago?
No, it was yesterday. You were correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, Apex Legends. I haven't been on since season 1, and man, I didn't drop a beat with my skill. I'm still the best. You can. That's the great thing about FPS games. You can just walk away for a long period of time, come back, and you're just as good as you were. That's a complete and total lie, by the way. Like, it's the worst walking away from FPS games because you're just garbage.
You're garbage when you come back.
Yes.
Your aim is so bad. Yeah.
But I didn't do as bad as I thought it'd be. But yeah, so like there's tons of new guns and like there's new map places. Like I felt like a total noob, and it was cool.
So did they add a new map?
Yes,
Or they just like
so,
did Fortnite style and just rearranged the map.
Yeah, they did like Fortnite style, and like the places on the map are like different.
Different now.
Yeah.
Cool. But it's still only one map. So
yes.
this whole season, it's just the one map. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I think I prefer that. Do you think maps or games that have like the multiple maps or BRs are better?
No, I prefer that Fortnite style because
I think so too.
You're gonna get that for 3 or 4 months. You can learn it. It's cool.
Yeah.
You know your spots you like. You know your spots you dislike. You can avoid those things. And then next season, boom, new stuff. You got to learn these things.
Yeah.
Some familiar maybe. My question is, so is Apex 100% random 100 matches? Is there? So I know they added a ranked mode. My thing is, I feel like as a player that doesn't play Apex much, I'm super intrigued by the game. But I feel like I'm so far behind the 8 ball and I don't have that much time to invest. When I get thrown in a lobby, is it going to be like me versus like 10 pros and like 60 really good players and like 5 noobs? Or is it going to be like, yeah, we got a bunch of kind of noobs. Let's just throw them together.
I really
what I'm
have
saying?
no idea if there's skill-based matchmaking or not. I don't think so. But I think that's the point of ranked is like if you're at the bottom of the barrel, you stay at the bottom of the barrel.
You fight people at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
What's new about Apex is they release a solo queue finally. And so you can play. I haven't got to try it yet, but it's like, one-on-one.
So everybody is just like a 100 1v1s. Yeah.
Which will be interesting. I watched just a tiny bit of it, and it seemed to move pretty slow for like Apex. But we'll see. I'll try it out.
Cool. Yeah. Apex is one of those games I'm probably never going to play, but I always kind of in the back of my mind like, dude, I want to play that someday. You know? It's like one of those ones.
Yeah.
Man. Especially being free to play. It's like, dude, it's right there.
I know.
You know? Just fire it up.
Yep.
There's a couple like that. Apex is like that. Dauntless is also another one that's just there. It's like it's the Monster Hunter style game, and it just looks like I think I might like that, but it's just no time.
Yeah.
So someday.
Yep.
I guess that's it, man.
Okay.
The only other thing that I want to kind of hit, Blizzard announced a new hero in Overwatch that I might check out sometime this week. It's called Sigma, and it's a tank class hero. And I didn't really take a whole bunch of notes on it because apparently it's just recently dropped.
Okay.
And I couldn't really get a whole bunch about it. Its ability has like some ground slam thing, and you'll probably see some of it on this clip if you're watching the video.
Okay.
But yeah, man. I mean, I like Overwatch. I think it's a fun game to play a couple hours a week of. I don't go crazy.
So like a projectile shield, it looks like.
Yeah, a projecguy shield.
And then absorb. And
yeah,
reflect.
it absorbs the projectiles and
so it's kind of like
shoots them back at them, I
Titanfall,
believe.
right? Where you like your guy absorbs the bullets and you shoot him back.
Never played it. So I'm not sure. But what a cool shield. I mean, that's super troll. So
And it shoots like balls, like.
yeah, so I think he picks up scrap from around the map and shoots it as projectiles. And then he absorbs their bullets and shoots them back as projectiles. He throws the shield. And then his ult is a like gravity slam. Picks him up and slams him on the ground. And I think you'll see that here in the video right here. Here it is.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So if they're all camping a node, that'd be pretty fun. You know?
Sure.
So anyway, that's it. If you're an Overwatch fan, there's
I
a new
always
toy. Go
get a
check 'em
little
out.
disappointed when I see like a new Overwatch hero and it's like not just like all about mobility.
They have some pretty mobile characters.
Yeah,
like
they do.
Tracer is pretty sick. And
Hammond's like the most fun thing in the world, but he's
is it
so easy to counter.
God, he's so troll when he like attaches his little grip line and spins in circles around the pillar.
Yeah.
Like some characters are just 100% unable to combat that.
Right.
You know, you're just like, well, I gotta wait for a teammate to come kill this fuck.
Yeah.
So
He's super easy to counter.
let's do some Twitter questions. What do you say?
Yeah.
Again, if you guys want to submit your questions for the podcast, you can do it in either of our Discord channels. Discord links will be in the video description. If you're in chat live, you can type !Discord or !ThaPChild. And or tweet us on Twitter at ThaPChild and at Lord__Fluffy. Gettert says, do you think at this point of the game, Blackthorn should become a semi-viable set?
We've talked about this before a little bit. Like, I think it's damn near impossible to have like cross-class sets in Diablo that are more than like 2 to 4 pieces. Like, I don't know.
Because they have to be so generic.
Yeah.
It has to be like, just
Flat damage
here's
mod.
XYZ damage.
Yeah. And it's just going to work better for some classes than it is for others. So I'd rather see them just like give it to one of the classes and like make it a set.
It'd be cool if they increase the drop rate, especially for 1 to 69, and just maybe actually like make it usable leveling up. Like, I mean, it'd be cool. Like, you know, hey, I got 4 pieces of Blackthorns. Let me throw it on.
If it's between that or deleting it, sure.
Yeah, like maybe it gives you extra experience, but I mean, don't spend much time trying to fix it. So,
yeah.
Connor says, do you think the new sets will be behind a DLC pack? And do you think it's a full armor set or weapon sets like Chantotos, etc.?
I would be surprised to see anything like that locked behind any kind of DLC pack, especially since they're saying like, hey, this is coming, but they didn't say anything about like this is going to have a price tag in front of it. I think that'd be a bad play.
I don't think any DLC will ever be paid for Diablo 3's lifespan again. I think there's too much negative PR associated, and they don't need that right now. I think
they could definitely still do Druid if they wanted to.
Yeah. I think people would buy it. I agree with that. I don't think they will, though. I don't think in its lifespan it's going to get a paid DLC. I think that's kind of out of the window. I kind of wish they would, though. You know, I think people would pay for it, and maybe it could fund more things like we talked about. So
yeah.
But no, new sets are going to be free, man. They would have said, I think they would have said the word expansion or DLC in there. Because if you say DLC, I think that kind of makes you think price tag.
Sure.
There's money associated. Like if they said we're going to add some DLC to Diablo, do you think that means free? DLC to me means 100% spending
paid
money.
But they also can't sit there and like promise that there's going to be DLC or expansion. That would be like announcing something, which I don't think they would do in like a blog post.
Not in a blog post. Yeah.
So
no, I think it's going to be free.
Maybe.
So, and I think they're going to drip this over us for a couple seasons.
They're going to have to add something that we can buy, though.
Okay, let's ask this. So, would you want all the class sets at the same time, or should they drip them out 2 at a time, 2 per season for 3 seasons, 4 seasons?
I mean, it had to be all at the same time. I feel like unless they're gonna, because they have to do something for every class. I don't think that they can just do like, hey, this season we're gonna do Demon Hunter and Monk. I don't think that would work very well. Because people like me or tons of other players out there, like I really only want to play like Necro, maybe Barb. Like I don't have any interest in playing a Demon Hunter.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I wouldn't be shocked if it's dripped a little bit.
Sure.
I don't know why. I mean, I just think that that's some juice.
Yeah.
If we do get new sets, I really don't think we're going to get a lot that season. Like, if they're working on all this content, I hope that they don't give it all to us at once and then we have a year of nothing. You know? Like, do you agree with that? Would you rather them drip the content, spread it out, or would you rather just have that one juicy pack and then just like, okay,
I'd rather
6 months of nothing.
Yeah, drop the sets for every class, and then like if they want to just like, they could trickle in the legendaries, they could trickle in balance changes. 100%. I don't know. I don't think that releasing like one class set per season would be.
I think one class set a season's a bad idea too. I guess I'm kind of thinking like, how much dev time do they have?
Sure.
And are they gonna just build all these things and then just like, here you go in one fell season, like we got all this shit, or is it gonna be like, okay, here's the class sets, and then next season's like, here's the legendaries, and the next season's like, here's the quality of life. You know, are they gonna space it out? So,
do you think that's
we'll see.
Part of the reason behind this? Because again, Diablo's still not generating more revenue, so it makes me wonder, like, okay, why is there this new, like, renewed?
Oh, PR.
Yeah. So do you think it's
They're
just
saving face? Okay. Oh God, yeah.
Okay.
100%. If Diablo Immortal would have got cheered and we were like, fuck yeah, baby,
Right.
like Diablo 3 wouldn't have got any of this shit we have now. It would still be season 13, 13.7 or whatever we'd be on now.
Really, yeah.
But yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
that's how I feel. I think it was the backlash, and they were like, oh, damn.
So they're trying to restore that love for
faith.
Diablo and faith in Blizzard.
And I think they're trying to hype Diablo 4, man. I really do think we're going to get it at BlizzCon. I do.
Okay.
Speaking of BlizzCon, we didn't talk about this.
What?
Did we talk about this last week?
What?
That you did not?
Oh, no, we
Media
didn't.
Fest?
Fuck,
Let's
man.
talk
Why
about
you
this.
hurt my
real quick.
feelings?
I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I
had shut it out.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
I want to talk about it. Do you want to talk about it? If you don't want to talk about it,
we can talk about it. So, I wasn't invited to BlizzCon, which, it's fine. Numerically, like statistically, it doesn't make sense to me. And I don't think it ever will. Because if it's just a numbers game, then I should be invited. But that's fine. I didn't get an invite. And so I was told to apply, so I did that. And I applied last year as well for a media pass. But I knew going into it, like, so when you apply for a media pass, you're going up against a totally different ballgame, right? So, like, I have a good following for a Diablo streamer. Do I have a good following for, like, a gamer? Not really. If I played a, like, vastly more popular game, maybe, right? Like, I could have, like, 300,000 followers on Twitter. But the fact that, I built the audience that I have within Diablo, I think speaks to a lot more. But I knew going into that, it's like, man, I don't feel good about this, because it's like, if I go up against like a World of Warcraft streamer who's got, way more followers and stuff like that, it just doesn't look good. So I got rejected again. So yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get a media pass, which really sucks, because that would be the dream, man. Like, that's really the dream, is not necessarily even like, yes, all this hard work's paid off kind of thing. And that's like a teeny tiny bit. But to me, it's like having those conversations with like people that are like in the know and like impact the game. Like, that's the dream for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
So
it sucks.
I hear that. So I'm gonna follow up. So are you not going to BlizzCon then? So are you close the door on buying a ticket and coming, or are you just like,
Here's the thing.
you know what, man, I'm already spending all this money to go to, GGG Fest or whatever they call it.
GGG Fest. Yeah, I think it's a good name. I'll be honest. So, I think that, Blizzard kind of wants to maybe dictate who their top streamers are. And that kind of only makes me want to go more. So because it's like, you guys don't get to decide that. Like, we the people get to decide like who the top streamers are. So I don't know. I do still want to go. I guess it'll just depend on like the schedule that we see.
Yeah.
If we see Diablo on there, if we don't see Diablo on there, because I'm not a Blizzard fanboy. I don't like their other games. They're okay, but I wouldn't like want to fly out to California and spend like $1,500 to get like a WoW update or something. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I really want to go because it was fun. Like, hanging out with you, hanging out with like, Bloodshed, all the other guys. It was a good time. But and we stayed up to like what? We stayed up to like 4 or 5 a.m. just having conversations with people, like talking about Diablo. It was insane. It was awesome.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. No sleep, man. Yeah. It was great. It honestly, man, it was a blast. That portion was a blast. There were some huge disappointing things. So here's my take from it, and the reason I brought it up is because you know me, man. I'm super easy to get on the hype train, and I feel like Diablo 4 is going to get announced this year. I do, I really do.
Okay.
And it's like, all right, so are you not going to be there? Or are you going to be there? Because
So
we went together last year.
Can we
and
rewind to 8/13 of 2018? Peach was like, "Yo, we're gonna get Diablo.
We're gonna get dude, man. We should have. I think. Listen, that hype video was ill advised.
Yeah.
That hit me in all the right spots, man. For the hype.
It hit everyone in the right spots. We didn't meet a single person at BlizzCon who didn't think that Diablo 4 was coming after seeing that video. Not a single person. So.
Oh, we saw people that after that announcement. Though.
Yeah, we sure did.
So that was my only BlizzCon experience. So yeah, I was just curious. I was just curious if your plans are to go. Yeah. You know, because if they drop D4, like holy shit, could you imagine?
That'd be fun. It'd be not only like those conversations and like pogging out, but like it'd be like more of a party kind of thing.
Yeah.
Last year was like it was cool. It was like we were.
Last year was a funeral where all your buddies were at.
Yeah.
No. But like that sounds bad, but it really felt that way though. It did. It felt like, you know, you're at a funeral for somebody and like all your buddies are there. So you're like, yo, hey, how you been? How's it going? You know, what's up and shit. But we were all disappointed.
Right.
So
yeah. It is expensive and no aid whatsoever. I know some of us, you know, have to pay for something, but
what are you talking about?
So yeah, you know,
I don't have any paper in my hand yet.
I know that's true. That's true. I hope that works out though.
Me too. Okay. Where were we at on these questions? Let me see. Sure. Hex says, what's one thing people don't notice about you right away that you wish they would?
I used to be a pro Halo player.
Oh, okay. I can recognize that instantly. Got the mic. You know.
Shit.
It's kind of easy. Like, so I'm super loyal. And that's not something that people can just know. But like, I'm super loyal to a fault. So like, if somebody's my homie and my boy, like I'll go to bat for them, even if they're wrong. I'm like, I got you, man. You know. So, I guess that's mine. That's my easy one.
I guess just to know that I'm like literally always kidding, like always. I'm never serious. Like I cannot be serious. So just never.
You just troll so good that people take you serious. Yeah. That's the thing.
Sometimes, yeah. There's people that maybe a little sensitive. I get that. It's fine. But yeah, I wish they could just know that I'm never malicious. Like I've never been malicious. Like
so, ever. I'm going to go through a scenario that I witnessed.
Okay.
I think it was last week. So I'm watching one of my favorite streamers. He's a pretty big streamer, right? Mm-hmm. And he is doing a group stream. I'm not going to call it a squad stream because they weren't squatted on Twitch, but he was doing a stream with other large streamers, okay? Mm-hmm. And one of them wasn't a large streamer. So there's a party of 4, and one was a fairly small streamer, and the other 3 were fairly big streamers.
Okay.
The fairly small streamer made a joke that one of the bigger streamers got super offended about, which seemed super innocent to me as a viewer, and instantly muted his mic in the middle of a game.
And then muted the other guy's mic?
No, muted his own mic.
Oh, okay.
He's like, got super offended, muted his mic, and then proceeded to not talk for the rest of the match, causing his team the game, and then instantly left the game and ended his stream without acknowledging the other people. Now, all over a joke. It was clearly a joke.
Do you remember what it was?
I guess he took... Yeah, they said that his voice sounded like a prepubescent teenage boy or something. Basically, they just called him a teenage boy, like a feminine-ish teenage boy. But it was, I mean, the way he said it was super joking. Me personally, if I were one of those other streamers with that guy, I would be like, is this guy fucking serious? Like me personally, I would be like, dude, are you like? It would piss me off that he did that. That he just muted his mic and left and ended emo style.
Sure. Like I would never do that, but it's always tough to make a joke that's shrouded in a hint of realism, right?
Yeah, clearly this guy is like touchy about his voice,
Yeah,
I guess.
he's
which
already insecure about it.
I genuinely think that the other guy that made the joke did not know that. I feel it was a super innocent joke. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I mean, I get it.
I was just like, dude.
There's those
it was
people
kind
like
of
that. And I know
yeah.
people that are sensitive, and it's like, man, like you.
But it's
just a
like
joke.
that's
Chill
super
out.
disrespectful to everybody else in your group.
Sure.
Like you're mad at the little guy. I get it. Maybe you don't know him that well. That's cool. But you're with two other people that are your homies.
Yeah.
And you just fuck them over too, and then you just instantly kill your like, dude. If I were one of his community members, I'd be like, damn, dude. Like you just ended your stream. Like, well, that killed the mood, and then it clicked end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, dude, what the fuck?
Right. It's
Like,
always
get
better
over
just
it.
like I don't know, have a sense of humor. But like if you know that that's like your weakness, just like have a sense of humor about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's been like,
It's
what are you
but,
talking about? You know?
Yeah, it's like why? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody can get sensitive.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people come in my show like, yo, Fluff was making fun of your hair the other day.
I do make
Blah,
fun of
blah,
you a
blah,
lot.
And I was like, it's like, really? Like, that's kind of, And then so I'll call you. I'm like, Fluff, you making fun of me? You're like, dude, I was just joking. I'm like, all right, dude. I got you, man.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's
Literally a
what
clip a day, like at least.
yeah. So, I just thought that was funny, though.
Yeah, it is funny.
I thought it was funny. I was like, dude, I would never, ever do that to somebody. That's so inconsiderate. So,
Sure. But that goes back to your loyalty comment. You would never
I guess, yeah.
ditch out on your group.
Yeah, there's no way, man. So, Trent says, would you rather give up breakfast, lunch, or dinner? You have to miss meals. What are you missing?
I almost like if I give up breakfast a lot of the time, so I would give up breakfast. I mean, I already do it a lot.
It's breakfast for me too. I never ate breakfast.
Yeah.
I my first meal of the day is usually like 1 o'clock. I eat lunch at 1. Usually
Yeah.
around 1 o'clock.
I think Chad agrees. Gamers agree.
Yeah, breakfast is. Although breakfast is my favorite. What's your favorite meal of the day? I love breakfast food. Man.
I mean, favorite meal.
Bacon.
You can have breakfast for dinner. You know what I mean? That's like.
Yeah, bacon. Like you can have bacon anytime.
But you said sausage was better than bacon. Can
Lies.
someone clip? Nightwolf.
Lies.
Nightwolf right there. Link the clip. Link the clip.
No, lies. All right. So, and then the last question we have for the day, Rhaegar says, would you rather be too hot or too cold?
Too cold probably. You can always put like more on.
I agree.
You can't just like take. I mean, you can take as much as you want off, but it's highly frowned upon. Speaking of taking more off, I want to get your opinion on this. I'm usually like super chill on Twitter. I see stuff that triggers all the time. But just recently, there's been an uprising on the Twitters and Twitch. Breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is now allowed on the platform of Twitch.
Man, okay. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like, ladies, don't get me wrong. It's fucking amazing that you can produce food for a human being like that. And I love you for it. But you can turn your camera off for 10 minutes to do it. Like,
Yeah.
it's super uncomfortable in public. Like, so where was I at, man? I think I was at the DMV and I was like trying to get a new driver's license. My driver's license expired. And I'm sitting there and this lady's got her kid. Cool. Kid starts crying. Cool. She just whips her titty out and starts feeding him right there in the DMV. I get it. You didn't have anywhere else to go. Super awkward for me. Super awkward for her, I'm sure. She did it, whatever. She tried to be discreet, but it was still kind of like, ooh, shit, that's titty. You know what I mean? Like, my bad. Didn't mean to look over, And I get it. But on Twitch, you don't have to do that, though. You can turn your camera off. You can stop your stream. You can,
Yeah. I'm kind of in the same. So if it's out of necessity in public, like whatever, man, like pull your boob out. It's totally fine. Like I'm not even the type that's like going to get offended by that. Your baby's crying. You just shut him up. Thank you. Like, thank you for that. And it's an inconvenience. I get it. Like you have to like go find a place, if it's all private, if it's super frowned upon, you have to go find a place and that's your baby's crying and it's like time out of your day to have to go find somewhere that can be private. I get it, right? But on Twitch, you can either just wheel off camera like with 2 steps, or you hit a button. You can hit a button, and like the camera doesn't show anymore. You can still be there.
Yeah.
Like, or you could like have a scene where the camera cuts off.
It's just your face. Yeah.
Like, it's just bizarre, and it's the kind of person I feel like that would want to stream that. I think we all get it, right? It's
like they're trying to do it for views,
right?
It's like
on a platform where they can prey on exactly the kind of people that wouldn't mind seeing that. I just think it's wildly inappropriate.
My thing is like, if my son is like, I'm watching Twitch, I don't want to have to go over and be like, well, who are you watching on Twitch? Because, let's say my 13-year-old. Would my 13-year-old click on a breastfeeding stream? Probably, man. He's 13. You know what I'm saying? 100%. He's going to click it. But I'm not going to ban Twitch. Like I can help screen other things from him.
Yeah.
But I can't screen Twitch. I could, but I don't want to. And it's kind of the thing. It's like, if they, what's a breastfeeding section going to pop up? And like, I get it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I just don't think Twitch is the platform for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I agree with you on that. I 100% agree with you on that.
It's weird to like lobby behind it as like some kind of social justice issue.
Yeah.
I just think that's
I don't really speak an opinion on it too much, because to me, man, Twitch and my social media and all that stuff, it's about gaming, and I avoid most politics and things like that.
Sure.
But if somebody asks me my opinion on it, I'm like, dude, that's ridiculous to me personally.
It's a weird win for normalized breastfeeding, the movement.
Yeah.
So
but
anyways,
I
thought I'd get your opinion on it, because my Twitter blew up because of that.
There's a turn your camera off button. It's pretty easy to click. Mm-hmm. So
even your baby could click it.
I know, right?
Your baby could have a rattle and it changes scenes.
Right.
The technology is there.
We'll see how long it takes to get abused. You'll have somebody doing like, oops, the baby fell off. Hold on, guys. Like,
anyway.
I don't know.
But yeah.
What, Tim the Tat Man posted a clip on it, and he's like, dude, I'm gonna do a breastfeeding stream.
There's no gender requirement, right?
He just had a baby, and he's like, what if I just do a breastfeeding stream? Like, it was hilarious, dude. He was rocking it.
Right.
It was funny.
What do you think about this Twitch advertising other streams on Ninja's page?
Yeah, that's some bullshit, personally.
That's pretty ass.
He went to Mixer, and then they disabled his page and said the ninja you're looking for is moved to another castle. And then they started putting, but you might be interested in. And then one of those interested ins was a bot account that was actually streaming porn, because that thing appeared its head again. And so Ninja's channel literally is full of kids. Like, Ninja's audience is so young that he stopped cussing on stream over a year ago, and he doesn't even cuss on stream because he knows who he's marketing to.
Right.
And the porn thing was on there. So then he made, it was a Twitter post or Instagram video, some video, I don't know. And he talked about it. And, Twitch is trying to make money, but at the same time, they have never done that to anybody else when they left the platform.
Yeah. So and they removed the sub button, which is kind of doubly crazy as well.
Well, like, removing his sub button is one thing. Like, that's part of the contract. I don't think that's unprecedented.
But like, if people want to still support him, like, you know what I mean? Like, they can. It's like being like, oh, I stream on Twitch, so you can't support me on Patreon anymore.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
They removed his buttons at the bottom, like his donation button. But his sub button from Twitch, I believe in your partner agreement. Yeah, but the sub button is in your partner agreement. Like, our partner agreements say that.
So he signed with Mixer and he lost partnership? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, you're exclusive to Twitch when you sign. You got to read your contract.
Oh, really?
Rohan.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well,
you can't stream.
I guess I'll stop doing those late night pornographic streams on Mixer.
Yeah.
Late night breastfeeding on Mixer. Shit.
So there are some things. I don't know. I don't know exactly how the agreement reads 100%. Some people were saying that as long as you waited 24 hours, you could still stream somewhere else or something. I don't know the deals, but yeah, I believe they can remove your sub button. But they removed his donation button, his Patreon button, his merch button, like all his stuff. They took
All
down.
the buttons.
Thought it was kind of shady.
Yeah, it's a little childish.
Little jab back.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, dude, he made you all millions and millions and millions.
Yeah.
You made him millions and millions. Like, you know.
And I'm very like pro Twitch, so it's like it's not even like what a shitty platform. It's just let's be a business here. Let's be professional. So
I'm with you. That's it, man. That's all the questions that we had this week. So if you guys have more questions, make sure you're dropping them, man. You don't have to wait for me to ask for them on Twitter. You can join our Discords and drop them in there.
Anytime.
If you're listening to this weekly, you guys watch this podcast weekly and you're not following us on Twitter, what are you doing? Make an account and do it. Just do it.
Yeah. Make 100 accounts and do it.
At Lord__Fluffy. Yeah. As many as you can.
What are you doing? Get on it.
Get on it right now. But that's it, man. If you guys want to catch more of me, you can find me on Twitter, streaming weekly, Monday through Saturday, twitch.tv/ThaPChild. Occasionally post a Diablo video on my YouTube at, you can just search for ThaPChild on YouTube.
Hell yeah, brother.
And at Twitter.
Lord_Fluffy. Doubles underscores on the Twitters. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out, dudes.
Peace.